Alright, so I know I do a lot of these videos, but it's kind of fun, and honestly, I just like doing them because it's always a different idea every so often. So today we're going to be talking about, yes, we're doing this again, another park builder video. I like doing these every so often because there's always like a new idea. So we're going to be talking about, and I might do a video like a future version of like Epic Universe, but for right now, um, we're going to be talking about like how I would build a new Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. Now, where would I put it? That really doesn't matter. But this is just basically one of those if I ran the zoo kind of situations where if I could build a new variation of, if I could build like a new variation of the parks, what would I do with them? And what IPs would I have or not have in here? So we're going to kick things off with this version of Universal Studios Florida. So my initial thought is like, I think it would be kind of cool. Like, let's talk about what I'd have in here. What I'd have is probably not so many minions. I probably wouldn't. Now I would keep Harry Potter, even though I'm not a Harry Potter fan for a multitude of reasons. But I understand that Harry Potter brings the money, so all the Harry Potter stuff that's going to stay. Like Diagon Alley, that's gonna stay. Now I will say that I would probably make a few different changes. The Diagon Alley, there wouldn't be a San Francisco London section. This would be a London Amity section because we're bringing back a new variation of Jaws. Essentially, what we're doing here is that for this Jaws pavilion is that we're not really making another boat ride. We're not making another like the classic Jaws ride. What we are going to do is take the boat coaster ride from the Mission Bermuda ride over in Paris and bring it and apply it over here. We're going to have a big show building and have it be that for this variation that this is set after the events of long after the events of Jaws, and we're going to take that idea and have it be that not after long after, but like it's been 2 years. Like you are thrown back 2 years after the events of the 1975 Jaws attack, and you are now basically part of a regatta sailboat, and shenanigans happen with big animatronic sharks, and this would be an indoor building. That's the other thing, is that this is an indoor system. That way, like, the elements won't bother it as much. Will it be kind of like a mixture of a scarier version of Pirates of the Caribbean? Absolutely. There'll also be a little more thrill to it. And I think as an enclosed building, I do believe it would work better as having that kind of ability to control the elements, because that was one of the problems with the original Jaws ride, was that not only was it too big, it was also like you had to drain the water and clean it out because it was open land, and you also had ducks, you also had the problem with lightning striking the water. There were a multitude of reasons. It sucks that it's gone, but like this way, if you do an enclosed building, it's a much better form. So we have Diagon Alley, we have a new version, we don't have a San Francisco, so we do not have a Fast and Furious ride, because totally that's what we needed here. So so we get a London Amity section to replace the San Francisco area. Now, would I keep a New York section? Yes, but I wouldn't have like a Minions land. Yeah, definitely, because I think Minions are always going to be around. But the thing is that even I'm starting to see like Minions are starting to like die out. So what I would have is like an a animation courtyard. Maybe even partner more with Paramount to get like a SpongeBob area. I think that would kind of work. Like, but I wouldn't have it in the middle of the park. I think I have that more in the back. Or alternatively, if I did want an animation like entrance with like Minions Land to replace Minions Land, I'd probably just do DreamWorks Animation. And do like a more updated version of, like, apply the 4D theater at Hollywood and put it here instead of the Minions ride or the Minions Blaster, and have it be like Shrek and crossing over with like Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon and things like that. have it be just a celebration of DreamWorks animation rather than have like a whole play place, which I do have a loose idea for that too. So we got that New York section. I'm probably going to keep the Mummy, Revenge of the Mummy, because that's always a thriller. Like that is 100% a thriller. Now, what I wouldn't have is Rip Ride Rocket. What I would replace it with is a new Ghostbusters coaster. That's what I'd like to do, is have it be like a Ghostbusters coaster. And I don't know what I'd have in there, but I would like to have like a big statue of this that you go around of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like you zigzag around the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I think that would be pretty fun. Now, as for like other places, I would probably say, I'd probably keep. The problem is like would I keep the Bourne Identity show? I think I would. I haven't seen it, but every time I'm there, I'm like, I want to go watch it, but I never have a chance to. But I think I'd keep that, or because everyone says bring back Terminator, but the thing is, I think the Terminator franchise is just kind of terminated. So I don't think I'd bring back the Terminator franchise. Either that, or I would probably, I'd keep the Bourne show. I've heard nothing but good things. As for what else I would have now, Simpsons, we can't have a Springfield because that 2028 is coming up, and I'm sure Springfield's days are numbered for the most part. Now we are going to apply the Nintendo deal. So instead of we're not even going to have Alien Attack, like the what's left of the World's Fair and everything else, like no Springfield. We're going to have a Kanto region. So this is going to be where all Pokemon is. Like this is where we're going to have the Pokemon section. We're going to have like maybe a kind of It's a Small World style ride, but where you're going around looking at Pokemon. Like I think we need more dark rides. I do think we definitely need more slow dark rides. And also, if I was to say like another in that animation area, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I will say that like that whole area is now just the Kanto region, and I think we need, like, Universal Studios is known for thrill rides, but I honestly believe that we kind of need some more dark rides. So we are doing something like It's a Small World, but you're looking at Pokemon. Maybe have it like call it like Pikachu's Pokemon Adventure or something, and have like a bunch of Pokemon animatronics that you can see. There you go. As for other places, as for the animation play area, that's another one. I think I would have back there the Secret Life of Pets ride. I think that would be kind of cool to add that. I've seen a lot of footage from the Hollywood Secret Life of Pets ride. Even though I've never seen the movies and I don't care to, I watched the ride and I was like, damn, that's actually kind of fun. That looks kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. So I kind of want to bring that here. And yes, there would be another E.T. ride, because we are not getting rid of E.T. at all. So in no way, shape, or form are we cutting E.T. out of here. Now, yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do with Universal Studios. Now, Islands of Adventure is a little different. I think cycling back to Kanto region real quick, the Pokemon idea. I think what I'd like to also have is like something similar to the How to Train Your Dragon show over at Epic Universe, but have it be like a Pokemon trainer and all these like animatronics and puppets of Pokemon for the show. Like him, maybe have it be like Professor Oak, and he's telling you about Pokemon, or telling this young trainer about Pokemon, and throughout the show, it's like there's puppets and animatronics of like Charizard and like Mewtwo and all these other Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool. So you have two things there. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'd like to do with a Universal Studios. Now there would be another thing for it'd be a little different for Islands of Adventure. So let's talk about what we're going to do for this variant of Islands of Adventure. Starting off, what islands are we going to keep? Obviously Harry Potter, because that makes the money. Um, we are also keeping Seuss Landing, and we're also keeping Jurassic Park, but we're going to make it a little different. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But the two that are also, we're getting rid of Lost Continent, because those days are numbered. Let's just get out. So we're losing Lost Continent for good. We're losing Marvel. We're getting rid of Marvel and Toon Lagoon. But however, Jurassic Park, Seuss Landing, and Harry Potter, those are going to stay. So we're keeping half. We're going to Thanos snap half the park. So what gets replaced? Well, starting off, let's talk about Lost Continent's replacement. Now, I know a lot of people are saying oh, it's going to be you're going to pick Legend of Zelda or something like that. Actually, I have a different idea, because here's the thing: if they can just put Harry Potter in all the parks, you can just do that with Pokemon. I'd literally just have it be. What I would do is have it be another region. Like Unova or something. Let's have it be just another region of Pokemon, and this is where you can have a more intense ride. Even have I would even have in this area a Team Rocket meet and greet. It's a Team Rocket, there's a base there, and you can have a Team Rocket meet and greet. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think make it Pallet Town, or another town in Kanto. I wouldn't say region. I think that's a little too much, but yeah, in the Kanto region, there's a bunch of towns. You can have in Universal, you can have that be Pallet Town or Viridian City, and here in Islands of Adventure, it's a different city in the Kanto region. Whether that be take your fucking pick. Those are that's what I think of, and this is where you would have a more intense Pokemon ride. I would have something similar to Dueling Dragons, but it's I would have it be a dual coaster where it's Lugia versus Ho-Oh, or it's a dual coaster where where you can ride either Zapdos or Articuno, and it's the legendary Pokemon are just fighting it out, and you're riding alongside. Again, make that a reference to Dueling Dragons. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we're gonna get that out the way. For replacement for Marvel Superhero Island and Toon Lagoon, what are we gonna do there? What are we gonna talk? What's gonna be the big change on that front? My big change for it is that we're going to bring Dark Universe. Instead of having Marvel superheroes, we're going to do Universal monsters here, and that's what we're going to have here is a another Universal monster area. But here it's going to be different from Darkmoor at Epic Universe. Here, this is going to be more of a where Darkmoor is more of a gothic town in somewhere in Central Europe. Here, this is more of a some town in Transylvania, and it's a more vampire aesthetic. You have more of a gothic architecture, and there would be this would feel like something out of Paris. You're in a dark twisted a version of Paris, and we'd have a dark ride here that would be similar to Frankenstein Unleashed. I wouldn't clone that ride, but I would like to have another Universal Monsters dark ride there. I'd also have another coaster, but call it Frankenstein's Revenge. Have it be their variant of the Hulk coaster, where in there, you have a Hulk coaster where in here it's a Frankenstein experiment where they're you hear instead of Hulk smash or something when you're getting launched out of the coaster, it's alive and you get shot out the thing and it looks like a giant Tesla coil. That's kind of the loose idea I have. I'd also have a 4D attraction of you are joining Van Helsing. This would be the replacement for Adventures of Spider-Man, where you're joining the Van Helsing clan and a bunch of monster hunters, and you're going into Dracula's castle because Dracula has brought all the monsters together to unite and kill humanity, and this is their best chance to take out everyone. But things go awry, and now you have to escape the castle. There you go. Now for Toon Lagoon. Toon Lagoon, um, I know people are going to say, well, Toon Lagoon is necessary because it's like you need water there. So yeah, this is where we're going to put SpongeBob. Like this is where we're going to put Bikini Bottom because I feel like you could just replace Ripshaw Falls with a SpongeBob ride and have it be like SpongeBob's trying to get the Krabby Patty formula from Plankton. Um, I think that would be kind of cool. I think also, um, I think, what was I gonna say? I think also it would be fun to have like you could finally do Krabby Patties, kind of perfect. Also have a ride where you're like you're jellyfishing. That'd be fun. Like that would be fun. I'd also have a water ride at the other Pokemon area in Islands of Adventure. I'd like I would have that one where you're like um, riding on like the back of a Lapras, excuse me, and you're seeing all these water Pokemon, and it would be kind of fun. Like that would be a fun water ride right there. So there you go. And finally, like I said, we're going to do a new version of Jurassic Park, but this one's going to be more of a. This is one's going to be we're going to go full Jurassic World. Like we're going to convert it into full Jurassic World. Um, and just kind of just do Velocicoaster. We're going to we're going to do a new version of Jurassic World, the ride. We're going to unfortunately replace the Jurassic Park ride because God knows it needs it. So yeah, um, that's my idea for a new Universal Studios and Islands Adventure. I do have an idea for like a new. I did do one a while back of a new Disneyland, but I one for Epic Universe. But so if you want to check out those, just let me know if you in the comments below. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of these ideas, and how would you build a Universal Studios / Islands of Adventure park? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.